Social, everything Katy, Fulshear, Richmond, Texas. Today we have a special guest, Stephen Gibbons with BeLocal. We also have Priscilla Pfaff here with Select Title, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. Stephen, could you tell us a little bit about BeLocal in our local market here?
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. Thank you for having me today. Priscilla, thank you for hosting. BeLocal, essentially, to put it bluntly, it's a new mover guide. I'm the franchise owner of that. Yes, of course, we brought a prop here from the display. It's nice to have props when you have a physical product to talk about. But yes, this is essentially a guide that we mail to new movers once they arrive in Katy. So the way we come up with a mailing list for this product is if a family purchases within Katy ISD, we procure a mailing list each month that's fresh, tells us who just moved. Okay. We mail this to them one time. They get it about 30, 45 days after they've settled in. They're probably still living out of boxes and trying to figure out what Chinese place to order from, or
where the dry cleaners is,
pretty much
what restaurants are going on.
Right. Yeah, getting settled, getting acclimated to the new city. When really, what they'd like to do is probably ask someone, hey, where do we go for Chinese? Or what are the good doctor's offices? Or what are the good playgrounds that are safe? Or what can we do with the kids on the weekends?
All
Right?
that, yeah.
As a new mover, they probably don't know anyone, right? So this guide provides that. It's actually kind of cool. Thankfully, I didn't write it. It was written by Katy locals. We asked about 100, 150 or so Katy locals to contribute their favorite restaurants, their favorite doctors, their favorite playgrounds and such. So about 80 pages thick, full of good content written by locals for new locals, so to speak.
And then the cool thing I find in it, Stephen, is, and that's what I'm looking for, it has that QR code that you can share and gives you access to it even if you don't have the magazine.
Correct. So there is a big push to send them this physical copy that we, took some time to put together and make it nice so that can physically hang out on the countertop of the coffee table for about 6 months. But we know as people explore Katy, they're probably not going to carry this with them in their hand or in their purse, right? So to have it digitally available, Priscilla, you hit the nail on the head. That's a big push. So we put QRs throughout the publication. We actually send digital advertisements to the new movers throughout the first 3 months that they're settling in as well, pushing them back to the BeLocal site that has the digital flip book, that has a lot of our business sponsors and the businesses that were recommended as the top of their category listed out. So people can take it on the go. It's nice. This stays at home and looks pretty for about 6 months or so, and still get the digital editions.
But I love the history of Katy being in there, the small town charm, and what is Katy? I remember when I moved out here 30 years ago, I was like, okay, I live in Katy, my address says Katy. I need to go to the town of Katy and see what that looks like.
Right, and the rice dryer.
The city of Katy is actually small, but when you factor in the ETJs, which is the extraterritorial jurisdictions, it's huge.
Huge. Katy's about to join forces with Berkshire. We're about to, all that area is.
Annex it?
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something today. I didn't realize that was happening.
It just is all, there's so much growth in between. It's just.
Oh yeah, it's rooftops from here to Berkshire, it's rooftops from here to Fulshear, to Cypress, to Richmond. I mean, you can't tell you left any of those cities.
When you're going out of one and into another.
Right.
So,
other than the sign changes, welcome to Richmond or welcome to Fulshear.
That's good indicator. But I mean, one of the motivations for doing this too is we moved 5 years ago, right? Yeah. We moved from Atlanta. Now my wife lived in Spring. It's pretty. Too much traffic for my taste. Folks in Houston complain about traffic. We tell everyone Atlanta is worse.
Because you don't have frontage roads.
That is correct.
Most people don't know that.
And we have 3 big ones.
When you exit the freeway.
Yes.
You're actually sitting on the on-ramp because there's no frontage road. You get through light. It's horrible.
And think about, for those that live around here, they know 99, they know Beltway 8, they know 610. Imagine if you took away 99 and 610 and you only left Beltway 8 and all the traffic funnels through Midtown Atlanta and through the suburbs. So anyways, we won't go down that time.
But that tells you how good we got it here.
I think so. I've loved living here. There's the QR you were referring to.
On the go.
Yeah, I think the traffic's not so bad here. But I digress. When we moved, it was a little overwhelming, right? Because we were plopped down in the middle of Katy, and we're not too far from where 99 meets I-10. And a lot of directions we could go, a lot of places. I mean, it's massive. There's to. So just not knowing where to go, who to ask. We didn't have anyone to refer to at that point. So it would have been nice to have this back then.
But that, you and I have known each other for a little while, and your story about how you came to Houston is so cool because you had a vision. You were getting into company and getting this going, and you came in and rocked it.
Well, I followed instructions well. It was a franchise, and they say, here's what you do to launch a successful franchise.
But you're moving from a different city, coming in to a city
true.
you didn't know, and you're...
Or merchants. Or
Right. There was a lot of running around town introducing myself to people there in those days, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. And now not much has changed, but they just kind of know who I am now. So that's the good thing.
Yeah.
She was very welcoming.
Yeah. I was only thrown out just a few small handfuls.
Just a couple
Just
times?
a couple of times?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few times.
All right.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
No broken
Yeah.
bones, I hope.
No, not yet.
Okay, so, if I'm a new business coming into Katy, is that something I want to do is contact you to get into the BeLocal? How does all that work?
Yeah, so there are a lot of ways to contact us. Basically, a lot of times they find us on our website, it's BeLocalKaty.com. We get a lot of submissions from businesses that have run across it. Either we do mail this out to a lot of the restaurants and doctor's offices that are listed by merit, and someone happens to pick it up.
How many locations is this actually at?
That's a great question. There are probably, listed in there between all the physical locations. You take all the coffee shops, the doctor's offices, the restaurants, boutiques, the
Select
salons.
Title.
So we mail Select Title.
Good plug in, Priscilla.
Hey, I was going to plug that later. Yeah, she did a good
Uh-huh.
job getting that in there. Yes, you can find them at Select Title, but Richard, I think there's probably over 300 listings just around. So we mail to all those just so they can have a copy.
Sure.
They were, when they're listed as, let's say, a top restaurant, nobody paid to be in there as a top restaurant, so they didn't buy the right to be the top
It's
restaurant.
not pay to play.
It's not pay to play, exactly. So
Okay.
they were nominated by a Katy local and said, hey, this is a great family place. And actually a cool little thing, we won't try to show it to the camera, but there's local tips written by a family, and it shows the person's face who recommended that certain restaurant. And hey, here's why we like it, because they let kids play outside, and there's a sand pit, and it's good on Friday nights. Live music's there. So anyways, we mail to all those. So they all have it.
That's
It
cool.
gives you all the information
I
that
like
you don't
that.
see on Google.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
I love that it's tied to a person saying this is a good place, and it's
Right. We felt that was a lot more impactful to be recommended by a local.
Yeah.
Written by locals for locals, not pay to play. These are the places that were recognized as kind of the most. Some of them are really popular and well known. Some of them are hidden gems. And I think you and I were chatting a little bit before that. One of the coolest things about this product has been putting it in the hands of someone who's actually been here and grown up in Katy their whole life.
And
I
not
love-
knowing about half the stuff that's in there.
Right, seeing their expression and kind of their surprise about oh, I didn't know about this place. Where is this? This is
Yeah.
so it's kind of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
But
That is cool.
But yeah, as far as businesses that, there are obviously marketing opportunities through that. When a business reaches out, they usually find us online, our Instagram page, our Facebook page, so we get a lot of inbound inquiries about, hey, what is this exactly? Where can we get in this? How does that work? So there's paid sponsorships, and that's how the whole thing is funded, and that's why people get it for free when they move, is for the sponsors. So we have different business sponsors, and they're recognized in there. But
Do you do anything with neighborhoods and new developments and stuff?
we do. So funny you should ask. Our company, our umbrella company, is actually, its roots are in the neighborhood newsletter world.
Okay.
We were started as a company back in '04 actually, and we decided, and I say we, our founders, thankfully, I wasn't part of that initial discussion, decided that, hey, let's find communities that are really desirable, not only from a resident standpoint, so really affluent communities, and think about the River Oaks of Houston, the Tanglewood, the Piney Points.
Sure.
Here in Katy, it's going to be like Cane Island or Weston Lakes and Fulshear. So
Cinco.
those Cinco Ranch, exactly. Those very desirable communities for residents to live in, but also very desirable communities for businesses to network in and be a part of and support and sponsor and show up and just be a pillar within. We decided, hey, let's start newsletters in these communities. We'll let the residents of those communities write all the content themselves.
Okay.
And then we'll find the sponsors to put advertisements in there. We'll put them in print, put them online, bring them out to in-person events. So that is how our company was actually started. So the umbrella is Into Company. BeLocal is an offshoot of that. But what we call our stroll newsletters are those Stroll River Oaks newsletters, Stroll Cane Island. They're all written by the residents of each community, and we have sponsors within there. So this was a bit of a request from those sponsors who have been working with us for years and years and years in these specific neighborhoods and loved the way we did
So it's
product.
an organic offshoot or growth based.
It was basically requested for, hey, we love what you guys do in the newsletter realm for this one neighborhood. What do you have for new movers like this? And we didn't have anything at the time.
Okay.
So then finally we said, hey, you know what? Enough people have asked about this, and this new mover market seems to be so desirable to businesses too, not just the affluent market, but the new mover market. So this came as a
50,000 people moved to our local area last year, which is Houston area, not Katy. But
Yeah, yeah.
That's hundreds of thousands of people. It's
Yeah.
huge.
it's a ton.
So you have BeLocal Katy, so then there's BeLocal
There's one in
Houston.
Richmond. There's one coming very soon to Memorial. There are a couple up in the Woodlands and the Conroe area.
What about Fulshear? That place is growing.
That's too. I think that's on our. Not I think. I know it's on our
It's on your radar.
high interest radar.
Mm.
Bandwidth and capacity too. I own 4 franchises myself at the company, so I'd love to go do it tomorrow, but
Sure.
I need manpower and I need people to recruit and be a part of the team before we take on that project, or other neighborhoods that we don't currently have a newsletter for. There's
Yeah.
always great ones that what I hear about all the time is Cross Creek. When you guys come out with the Cross Creek newsletter, that's one we'd love to do too. So
That's a huge neighborhood.
Huge.
They're very pretty.
Yes.
I love the landscaping, the tall grass and stuff that you see throughout there.
They've really done a nice job.
Yes.
But it's finding on our end the people to go either start those franchises themselves or come join our current team so that we can scale appropriately and service each product as it deserves to be, right? So,
Wow.
yeah, great
Oh,
question.
I just love it. I just think it's just a great asset for our community.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, the feedback from people who do, move and send us an email just saying how much they appreciate
High
it.
gloss. I mean, look at it. That is
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
not a cheap
It's
newspaper
not,
type
no.
magazine. It's
No.
it's very high end quality.
Very much so.
Right.
There was a lot of thought that went into that, in that because this is different than our newsletters, right? Because the people in the Cane Island community, they expect the newsletter every month. They know it's written by them, and they're just looking for it, right? So they pick it up.
Mhm.
If someone moves
Community
in,
involvement. That's awesome.
well, and we had to stand out in the mailbox because we know new movers are a very targeted audience. They get a lot of flyers, they get a lot of mailers, they get a lot of door knockers. It's just a lot of noise, and most flyers that come in the mailbox to new mover can be thrown away. So we had to make it nice, we had to make it pretty, make it thick. That's why it's 80-something pages to stand out against all the noise that's going to show up in the mailbox. And I wanted people to really feel that it was for them for a reason. So that's why even just the Welcome to Katy water tower is there to give them that message that they're receiving that for a reason, so that they would peek open and then kind of take interest and
Very
keep
cool.
it from there.
I love it. And when I look at this, I think about Amber. Part of our team is painting the Katy water tower
Oh, is she?
to put up in our lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because it's just a focal point of
It's a
Katy.
staple. I mean, it says apartment.
And the
Welcome
red
to Katy, right?
train and all of those things. So
In my backyard, I'd have a huge, like a Lone Star, but it says Katy, Texas. And I mean, this thing's probably 5 feet around circumference-wise. So the Katy people are very proud people. Same thing with like people that fly the Texas flag down here. I mean,
Yes.
you see more Texas flags than you do anything in our state. It's unbelievable.
right.
Yeah, I
Even
used
on
to-
the back of the pickup trucks going down the road.
Yeah, I used to count when we first moved. I would say there is a Texas flag on just about every single building. And I said, you didn't. I mean, Georgia's a proud state, but it does not compare to Texas. And to your point, Katy is a very proud city and
It
proud
is.
community in Greater Katy. So people typically will move here for a reason, right?
Right.
Well, the schools, that's a huge driving force that, I mean, people.
I mean, was that one
I
of
wanted
your
to-
reasons for coming to Katy?
Definitely
Was
the
it
schools. Definitely the schools. I mean, for us, it was kind of all things, right? We were looking around. There There was franchise opportunity within Katy with the company, so I was looking at Katy, I was looking at some different areas of Magnolia, up in the Woodlands, and that was all great.
We're better. No.
Well,
I'm biased.
Just a little bit.
No,
Just a little
those
bit.
are fun.
I was won over by, it was kind of all in one package, right? So Katy had the schools, that was
Yeah.
huge. It had the accessibility, it has just about everything you would want. And again, almost an overwhelming point, which is a great problem to have, is that every restaurant you could want, every bar,
All the diversity of food out here. I mean, you
Yeah.
think about any type of ethnic food.
Yeah.
We have
It's
it.
there.
It's here.
I mean, in numbers too. Putting that guide together was again, good problem to have. It was a challenge.
Oh, I bet.
So many good recommendations. We only had so many pages to put them on.
Sure.
So we constantly, kind of update that little by little. But I mean, to have that
Look at all
many
the Mexican food
choices.
that we have around here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't drive 2 blocks and not get 3 restaurants. And
And
same
that-
thing with pho places.
I was going to say, we've never had
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
good Vietnamese restaurants, and I could not find it. I mean, they were there, but not in the suburbs, and not, you had to really go downtown.
Asian town over there, 10 and 99. There's a ton of great restaurants back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, Katy's just grown by leaps and bounds. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But so into publishing, there's other things than benefits to being a part or to contact you, and that you can help local businesses and help them with some other things too, correct?
Correct. So we, again, started as a print newsletter company, grew and grew and grew. We saw a lot of our clients were spending in the digital space as well. So we're now, we are a full-blown marketing agency now. So we do just about everything you can imagine in the world of marketing. We don't do billboards yet. I don't know. People
Hey,
haven't
we
asked
can
yet.
close on those
Yeah.
boundaries.
You can,
when,
I know.
You
That's
know,
why I brought it up.
we
Because I
can
know
do
some of
that.
you can help that when we
Yeah.
start to do billboards. But no, we just noticed a ton of our print clients were spending on digital. They were doing SEO. They were doing Google Ads. They were doing, some of them do Zillow Ads.
That's a matrix all in itself.
Oh.
It is.
It's huge. And really marketing, like the way we talk about it, anytime I'm meeting with, if a business comes to me and they're like, hey, I want to market, I want to go here. I really try to listen to where do you actually want to go, what do you actually want to do,
What are you trying to attract?
and what are you trying to accomplish, right? Because we have different products within our own company to where, think about it like a big sales funnel, right? BeLocal Katy is at the very, very top of the sales funnel. So if a business is advertising in here, let's just say a dentist for that matter. Okay, the family who reads this probably doesn't have a dentist yet, so it's great for that dentist to make an early impression. They might be the first dentist they learn about when they move to Katy, but you're unpacking boxes. You're not about to go book your whole family at a dentist
That's
yet.
one touch. You have to touch them
It's
multiple
one
times.
touch at the
Right.
very top. Exactly right, Richard. And so I always present it this way. This is great for branding. This is great for awareness. Very similar to how our neighborhood newsletters work. People who aren't actively looking for those services right then and there, top of the sales funnel touches and layered touches, because we also put it online and some digital ads and these things online. Layered touches when someone doesn't need you yet. And then what naturally happens, people go down the course of life, they're coming closer and closer to the buying cycle, right at the bottom of the funnel. Right at the bottom of the funnel, the products that we usually use the most are going to be Google Ads and SEO. Because what does the average person do when they need a product right then?
They Google it.
They Google it. Or they go on Facebook, or they ask a friend, but there's
Or
usually...
they go to ChatGPT now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Next door, that's another good one.
Oh,
next door,
next
yeah.
door is
There are
huge.
just a multitude of online methods, whether it be, social media, you can ask or you can Google, or a lot of people do their research and they really find, depending on the levity of that purchasing decision, if it's a large decision, they're going to do a lot of research, right? So
Right.
we love multi-layered marketing, and we try to paint that picture for any business based on what they want. So if they want to do more branding and get known and just get their name around the community and be a pillar, something like this, something like our newsletter products can be a great way.
You need to come to our networking events that we host on.
You've told me about them, and the only reason I haven't been out yet is because I'm taking care of that third newborn. That's I know, splitting my time wisely, but trust me.
He is very focused and very diligent in business and personal. He makes sure
Well,
you're very.
You don't get that time back with your family.
You
so
don't.
cherish
You
every
don't.
moment of it.
I know, but we have to do all things, right? So
Yes.
It's fun. That's why I chose this business, because it's a full-time job running for these things, and we want to have more of them, and we're looking to have more. But work-life balance is great too. But I know I've seen those pictures of where you have all those people out there.
Oh,
All
It's a
business
great
owners,
opportunity.
professionals,
Oh.
just, and they're all in
And
one spot.
I just enjoy being there. And I
Yeah.
never put this right in somebody's face and say, hey, this is what we do. If we can help you, let us know. And,
right.
that's our
Okay,
approach.
so you were talking about the things that you can do online too. So what is that? What does that look like?
So if somebody comes to me and they want leads, they want direct leads, we're going to talk again, SEO, Google Ads. People want to brand online too, so this is print branding, but there's online branding too. So a really creative thing we can do is actually streaming TV commercials has become like this really new, cool thing to where almost everyone uses either Hulu or YouTube TV or they're streaming their service, not
Right.
the actual people anymore.
Right.
What is amazing about that is we can take demographic profile of if someone comes to me and they say, I want households with this much income, with these level of interests in these specific categories, and with 4 kids, we can really pinpoint an audience and we can take a commercial and stream it right into those households specified to that business and who they're really after. So it's very efficient spend, and I feel like right now, especially, the economy's uncertain. So we get a lot of people coming to us, hey, I don't have a lot to spend, I'm a small business, I don't even spend money on advertising, all word of mouth, but, and there's always something after that, but we need to get out there, we're slow, we're busy. So we try to find that most efficient spend. So this TV thing, when I first heard about it, I thought it sounded really expensive, and it seemed intricate. It's actually really simple, and it's not that expensive at all because it's digital streaming and so targeted. It's because it's not going to all of Houston. It doesn't cost the traditional dollars that people think of when they think of TV
Well,
advertising.
yeah, if you call NBC or CBS or somebody, try to put a commercial up there.
Ooh.
Like a Super Bowl spot or something like
God.
that. Yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
different ball game.
Well, even radio ads are expensive. They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
If you want to do a campaign, and you have to do it about 30 days just to get a run on it, in my opinion.
Right.
Because if you put a commercial, that's a blip on the radar. Nobody,
Right.
nobody sees or hears it. It's
Right.
got to be repetitive.
Yep.
So you
And
got
But I guess that's where I was going is there's so many things that you can help businesses with.
There are.
You know, and to really get them out there and help them to grow their business and new tools that, you know, the average person, we don't know about, we don't know how to do it, but you've got the people within your company that do know how to do all that stuff.
resources.
Exactly.
Value,
We come out.
that's
we come
all,
out with
that's
new-
our bottom line, isn't it,
Yeah,
Richard?
it's all about that.
I mean, it's like every day that goes by because we have that full service digital side of our company, and they're the people that work on it and develop it and acquire new products. There's something new every day I don't even know about.
Sure.
I'm the franchise owner of this local territory, and they're like, hey, Stephen, by the way, you can now offer this to your clients as well. Know that existed. So, reputation management is another one. You know, so it's fun and it's intricate, but I love hearing about it.
Reputation management. That's something that's a challenge because if you
Yeah.
get a low review, whether it's a spam or competitor, your chances of getting that removed with Google or whoever, that's a hard challenge.
Right.
It is.
That and just getting someone to fill out a Google review. Why is that so hard?
I don't know.
Human nature is so funny. We can have a service provider or a company or a restaurant we walk into, and we can love it, and they can say,
And
hey,
you found it because of reviews.
yeah,
Right?
and exactly. And they say, hey, Richard,
Yeah.
would you like to hear? Would you fill out this Google review? And you say, absolutely, I will. But you go about your day.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't want to.
I'd say that
It
about
is one
Yeah.
of the hardest things to do. I mean, so there's even strategies that you can follow up with your customers and have them fill out those organic. We're not talking about, of course, fake or any kind of reviews. Organic reviews from your existing customer base can be managed. So it's kind of amazing.
To putting it back in front of them, and so
Exactly.
that it, when you walk out, you say,
User-friendly close,
I'm going to do that, and then you forget, but then you get that reminder,
Right.
and then you are like, oh yeah, I meant to do that, and now I can do it.
Reviews are
Yeah,
crucial. I mean, it is for my company.
Right.
100%.
Well, and that is what, I mean, even now in the search engine world, more people are looking at that Google business profile than they are. Some people, you look at the ad at the top of the page, and that's what you do.
That's
right
pay to
there.
play, right?
That's pay to play, that's Google ads, or search engine marketing. People look at those and they exist for a reason, and they have big spends for a reason. Now, some people skip them and they go down to the organic search results, and that's where SEO, everyone hears SEO thrown around. Those are the organic postings, right? That's usually an individual within the company or you contract a service to really move you up over time. It's like building muscle in the gym slowly, but it's there, it's going to last longer than the pay to play.
It's on crock pot time. That doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in microwave time.
Well, and they're both good and they both work. They coexist. But SEO will last longer if you stop spending on it versus the minute you stop spending on a Google ad. Guess what? But now this, again, Google Business Profile or the map by location where you can see where they are on the map if they're brick and mortar and the reviews. That's impactful, right?
Yeah, I don't go to somebody's website and look and check out their website and stuff. All I'm looking at is their Google.
Yeah.
Which you have the little snippet there.
Yeah, you've got to have the
It used to
website.
be Google My Business. What do they call it? It's just your Google page.
I feel like they change it every day. Google Business Profile is what I heard last, and by the time people see this, I'm sure it'll be different.
Exactly.
And they're constantly changing the matrix.
Right.
So because you can't.
Google jail.
That's a real thing. I'm not even supposed to talk about it. But no, again, shoot, we could sit here for hours and talk about all these different avenues of, subsets of marketing.
Right, but what you were going to was, okay, so I'm on Netflix and watching something, then the ad for Select Title can just kind of show up as a blurb there.
It would be Priscilla in a commercial telling her story about Select Title and how I can always get it done, right?
Wow.
You would be, we can help procure the video content if they need it, or if someone has a ready commercial, it can be given to us and we can just place it. So
you have a video team as well.
I have my sources. I always know somebody. I always know somebody. Yeah, we do have in-house, and then we have third-party sources that we refer to as well, depending on the intricacy of what they're needing.
But I just think that is so important for our community to know they've got a resource to help their business.
Yep. And what I love about it, and what I would tell anyone I ever meet with is, look, we don't need you to need this product over here. We don't need you to need print. We don't need you to need SEO or digital.
You're customizing it to their wants.
To us, it all just depends on what you want as the customer, because we're in this long game of, look, because we offer everything, we don't need you to need anything. We just need you to be successful and tell us what your objectives are in marketing, what results you're aiming for, and there's no guarantees in marketing. The only guarantee is that there is no guarantee.
Right.
So, some companies say there are guarantees. I don't really agree with that, but we will tell them honestly, this is probably your best chance, depending on what you told us your objectives are, to succeed in this campaign project.
So you have to be committed, you got to be disciplined, and you have to run it for X amount of time.
Right.
Very usually, like you said, one radio ad, one TV commercial. A billboard that's there for a day. That's not going to have an impact, and that's a branding tool. But you cannot brand yourself. You can't create a strong reputation for yourself in a very short amount of time.
Right.
Yeah. So.
No, I just think it's very, very important, and it's, people don't know that that's available.
Right, and like I said, even I'm surprised some days on new stuff that we pick up, and I think what is so common, the business owners I meet with, is they're very, very skilled at their business, or their trade, or their specialty, or just running a business, but marketing has changed so much, and they may have even minored or majored in marketing. They may have worked for a marketing company before, but it's changing so much every day. They're not thinking in that world, they're thinking, how do I operate my business efficiently?
Right.
And so it's helpful sometimes to have the outside opinions.
Well, I think that all of us are kind of in the same ballpark as, in marketing. That, marketing is, going out, meeting people, adding value, doing those kind of things. But all those technical parts to it, that's not my forte. It's not what I really know.
There's a lot of moving parts to it. You're correct.
You have done an amazing job this year, Richard, in really focusing on it and learning it and utilizing it, and it has been very successful in what you've done. But it's like, you've got to you can't be the master of all.
No, you can't.
And you got to have those people behind you that can help you to get there. So I think that's where you provide a huge service for companies.
Well, we like to hear that. Thank you. The majority of what we do really is aimed to create more word of mouth for our sponsors. Now, it might be more direct like Google and SEO, but most of the local businesses I work with, and like what you're doing right now, you're providing great content.
Sure.
That's going to get out in the community. That's going to help the community. Probably nobody sees this and says, "Hey, I want you to list my property today." But you're providing. Well, they can if they want.
They can,
to.
yes,
They can.
please do. Please call
Yeah, please
Richard,
do.
That's
and
a
you
hint.
will
That's a
list your
hint.
property
Yes. Thanks
and
for the
get
plug.
it sold. Yes.
Always. And it would be a good choice if you did. No, but you're creating great word of mouth for yourself, and that's great marketing.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
I'm supporting the
Right.
community. I'm trying to
Exactly.
help promote local businesses so that, I mean, we're all in this together. So
Right.
That's right.
Right.
So-
And, you know, and they may see the magazine, but they're like, okay, how does this really work and who's behind it and all that. And
They
now
get to
they
see it in
know.
person. Right.
Yeah.
It's his charge, yeah.
So that's what's cool, and that's why I enjoy these. Because I've said it before, Richard, you really get me out of my comfort zone and put me in here.
She
and
did not like me when I first started this with her.
You didn't want to be on
No,
internet TV?
no,
No?
no.
My wife was pretty jealous today. I said, I'm actually doing a podcast this year. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I said, you can go on my place. She goes,
No.
Oh,
No.
tell her to come sit in my
I tried-
spot
yeah.
one day.
Yeah, okay.
Please, I would happily
She'll,
allow her to do that.
yeah,
Please.
We'll talk her into it.
Yes,
It'll be good.
please.
If they want to get in contact with you, any
Oh, wait a
business owners-
minute. Charity event, things
Okay.
that are going on,
Thank
and it's
you.
the holidays. We are so about giving thanks.
Quick snippet, Redline Realty annually does a fundraiser for CAPS Animal Shelter, and on top of that, we do it for Boys and Girls Country, which is an orphanage. So we would appreciate any donations. We are all over Facebook. We will be marketing it directly. There will be an Amazon link if you go to the Redline Realty Group company page, as well as my
Okay.
personal page, Richard Lubeck. You can click on that. You can drop ship it. We take all these donations and we deliver them right before Christmas. And it's stuff that they truly need. Unfortunately, a lot of people do fundraisers like the Toys for Tots, and I did that for years.
Right.
But if you call Boys and Girls Country, they need bed sheets, they need brooms, mops. So that's the stuff that we're looking for. So
The
if you
cleaning supplies, I
Cleaning
think is what I
supplies.
bought last year, yeah.
pillows,
Right.
they need the day-to-day items.
Mhm.
The animal shelters, everybody brings the huge 50, 60-pound bags of adult dog food, but they need kibble for the puppies and the kittens and treats.
Yes,
And cleaning
yes.
supplies, the bleach. So
Huge.
if you guys could please help support, I would greatly appreciate it.
We're gonna be one of the drop-off points.
Yes, Select Title will be the drop-off
Yes.
point, and the physical location is?
23930 West Hummer Parkway, Suite 101, Katy, Texas, 77494.
Yes. So appreciate the help and support on that. If they want to reach out and connect with you, Stephen, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Yeah, I think our website would be a great start, BeLocalKaty.com.
Okay.
Go there, there's an online submission form if you'd like to get in contact with us to either just get a copy or ask about marketing or anything like that, or on Instagram or Facebook, BeLocalKaty. Go find
Yes.
us.
Perfect.
So you see the magazine around town,
Mm-hmm.
this is where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, thanks guys.